From the center of the universe, Toronto, Ontario, Canada, this is the SDM Show with your host, Rob Cairns. The SDM Show focuses on business, life, productivity, digital marketing, WordPress, and more. Sit back, relax, grab your favorite drink, and enjoy the show. Here is Rob.
Hey everybody, I'm Rob Cairns. I'm the founder, CEO, and Chief Digital Strategist at Stunning Digital Marketing. In today's show, I have my good friend Dan Knauss with me, and we're going to talk about WCA, otherwise known as WordCamp Canada. Sit back, relax, enjoy the show. The SDM show is brought to you by Stunning Digital Marketing, the digital marketing concierge that helps you put all your marketing pieces together. We are your marketing experts. We are also your WordPress security experts and know how to lock down a website and protect yourself from bad actors. So contact us at Stunning Digital Marketing today. Hey everybody, Rob Cairns here. And today I'm here with my good friend, Mr. Dan Knauss, one of the organizers at WordCamp A. How are you, Dan?
Good. Thanks, Rob.
Yeah, so we're jumping back in. WordCamp Canada, WordCamp A, as it's called, was in July last year. I didn't get there due to some health issues again, lucky me. And this year you've moved it back. So when is it this year and where is it?
Yeah, it's October 16 to 17. If we get enough sponsors, we might add on a contributor day, extra day there. And it's going to be in Ottawa again. We have a really strong group there and some continuity. So Carleton University, Troy Chaplin works there and is one of the folks who's been a long time strong part of the um, local WordPress community there. Uh, Pointed us to that really beautiful place they've got. I think one of their newer buildings, Richcraft Hall. It's one of those lead
Yeah.
design green buildings right on the river there, right next to the train. So we're close to downtown and everything.
Yeah, Carleton's not that far out. And what I would say is if anybody hasn't been to Ottawa, it's a good opportunity to go and enjoy the city, Canada's capital. And Ottawa's got lots to do in it. There's no shortage of any of that, is there?
No, yeah, I really enjoyed it and checked out a lot of places down in the Byward Market mostly. I spent a lot of
Yeah.
time there. There's some wonderful rooftop places, some tiki bars, a lot of fun stuff. One place, they've got the whole building down there, and I can't remember the building name. Has an abbreviation, but from the basement is this kind of very nicely done dungeon-like thing with all their this cocktail bar down there with a kind of moratorium mausoleum sort of uh, thing going on there, and it goes every floor, and they've
And
got a
it,
pretty nice roof.
and and if you want the best view of Ottawa, honestly, is you can go down the Promenade Hill and go up to Peace Tower, and those tours are free and they're not booked, and you can get up to Peace Tower and you can see the whole area, and that view is just incredible. So I
Mhm.
mean that's the other thing. So and if you're in the museums, there's stuff to do in your spare time, but you really should. If you're gonna go, book an extra day and spend a day in the city and then go to WordCamp with it.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah. I stayed like an extra week and went to Montreal and stayed
Mm.
there. And we've got a bunch of people came in from Quebec and Montreal. Yeah, and that's I think believe they're having a word camp as well.
Mhm.
Um, and we're hoping one of the tough things to do with word camps is continuity. If your
Yep.
people change each year and the turnover and the information handoff and all of that. So I'm going to try to build some ways to hopefully help kickstart the next one and make sure that that moves maybe to the West Coast or somewhere else next time.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a cool idea. What's the theme of this year's WordCamp? Do you have one as of yet, or can you say?
Yeah. I- well, we got a couple. We haven't really pulled all our design stuff together yet, but it's going to be about young people in return to campus. So we've got a campus theme going at Carleton, and theme of reinvention and innovation and just all the kind of fun things you might remember when you had a lot of energy
Yeah.
back in university days, and getting people together in a place where there's a lot to learn.
Yeah. That's so cool. What are you looking for in terms of help for WordCamp? Are you looking for any help right now, or?
Yeah, we've kind of had an open door for a while and had slowly accumulated some people, but um, April 1st we'll probably publish our formal call for volunteers, but really we're taking people all the time and building momentum. The Word WordPress Canada Slack is kind of our key organizing tool where we can kind of
Yeah.
reach out into our community there, and a lot of folks have just sort of organically stepped forward and are doing things like helping us out with translation. We're going to have a big priority on the French language material, and hopefully some programming too if we can. So if you're not aware of uh, the WordPress community in Canada on Slack, the central watering hole, I guess, is wpslack.ca. Go there. We put up a little website for it, and also kind of a directory of all the other meetups we know about, and
Yeah.
want to keep that live.
Yeah, it's a good idea. I mean, I think the community in Canada's kind of hurt a little bit since COVID happened, as I would say all the WordPress communities have been hurt, right? And I don't think they've rebuilt back to where they were pre-COVID, in my opinion.
Yeah, no, they really kind of died back. It's interesting what's going on. I've as I rebooted the one in Edmonton, I'm trying to build network from that, and there are a lot of fun ways that can happen. I've never really connected the Winnipeg folks, but I don't think they ever really stopped. And I've
Yeah.
never met Ian Stewart. He's kind of running
Yeah.
WordPress.com now, but that's his area. Um, yeah, there's still a few going, and hope to be encouraging with that. There's I don't know if you know him, Gregory Hammond.
I
He's
do.
he's helping us out. One thing he does that, and Michelle Frechette does this too, also on both sides of the border. Um, Gregory, though, kind of specializes in job listings
Okay.
for Canadian WordPress or adjacent things that look like good job opportunities. And I've I've gotten on a bunch of local tech Slacks that a bunch of them had WordPress channels to begin with. No one was doing them for the last little while.
Yeah.
So we got those networks booted back up. And when you drop in job listings on a regular basis, boy, there's all these students who are, into that, and other people. But we've got a lot of young people and all ages really from all over coming out of universities, and that's a good place to meet them and hopefully bring some to Word Camp Canada.
Yeah, I would think the way to grow this community is actually with the young people coming in now, not the older people like you and I who have been around for a long time. I mean, that's
Yep.
where the growth's got to come from, I would say, at this point.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, uh, young woman, Aliana Barrera, I believe, is
Yeah.
doing design work with us. So we got a logo near completion, and some other stuff, and she's in BC. But yeah, when you kind of put yourself out there and connect and find out who's meeting and encourage people, you find all types who are young and old, new and veterans to this, and it's fun to get them connected.
Yeah. How's the getting sponsor process? You said you're still looking for a few more. Has it been hard, easy in this economy, or?
I don't have a feel for that yet, really. I mean, we really just started put out our call, and I'm gonna run some bigger email blasts soon, but I really feel like the personal touch and relationship is important. So I've been talking kind of directly with the folks
Yeah.
I know, the people who've supported before. Our local Canadian sponsors often have people who want to help anyway, or they're closely involved. So those are kind of the first people I'm talking to. But right away, lots of support. We've got those global sponsors there, and plenty of people who would help no matter what, I think. And I'm pleased that yeah, when you when you put out a little signal, yeah, you get some really positive feedback, and
Hmm.
people really enjoyed it last year.
And it would be good to have some local sponsors too, right? Some Canadian sponsors involved as well.
Totally. Yeah. I think mostly we did last year. I think we had pretty much all the big agencies that I know of and in the area, Montreal and Ottawa and beyond. And
Yeah.
I think we'll see them again. Um, there's also there's a bit of a startup scene there too. So
Yep.
there's
In
some
Ottawa.
folks who want to reach out to. Yeah, and even maybe take a shot at some not traditionally considered WordPress folks, but there's Dribble has an office there, and Adobe, and maybe we can make some connections into some of those other industries too.
That's interesting. Have you come up with a conference hotel yet, or are you still working on that one? I would assume.
No, we haven't really gotten to the physical stuff beyond the venue itself, but yeah, we need to
Okay.
line up some hotels and yeah, see last time we were a bit farther out, so it'll be interesting to see what's downtown. I know when I was looking last year, I was trying to see if I could, what the commute time would be like from Gatineau, and that wasn't really happening. There's some really cool. I like old buildings and
Yeah.
history and density, so we're closer down. It's closer to all that now. So might give that a shot.
Yeah. Last year you were out towards the airport, so you were
Hmm.
basically constrained with the airport hotels in Ottawa at that point. And
Exactly.
there's only a couple
Exactly.
of them out that way. Yeah.
Yeah.
So also so calls for sponsors. Calls for speakers, I take it won't go out till probably June or July, I would think. Or is that
I think that's on our menu sooner than that. Let
okay?
me see. Yeah, we're gonna make our formal big public push for volunteers. We've got a really good bunch now, but the more we have, the better. That will be April 1, and then mid-month, we'll do our call for speakers. We're targeting that for around the 15th, and yeah, it
Okay.
will be themed around education, learning, innovation, and campus anything you can broadly connect to like a university context. Carleton, I realized, has like all kinds of leadership and
They
built
do.
stuff and centers and people for disability and accessibility.
Yeah.
And I really like the space and the location and venue because it's super great for mobility, and I don't like
Yeah.
to drive, but walking's gotten a little tougher. Been through some things, but yeah, I like knowing that your your path in and out is going to be safe and very accessible.
Yeah. It sounds like it's going to be a well put together event. I talked to some people who went last year, and anybody I knew who went last year really enjoyed the event. So I think this year's
Yeah, we had a
event
great time.
yeah, it was great. How many people did you have last year? I don't remember. Ballpark.
A little over 300.
Okay. And how
Yep.
how many people would you like to have? Lots.
We can do that again. Yeah, it's about we'll be happy with reaching that that number again. I think our venue capacity is in that region. There's if we open up the conference rooms and the main atrium where the sponsor booths will be, um, that's maybe up to 500 people, but
Okay.
the that would stretch things a bit, I think, if we had that many, but that would be a good problem to have.
I'm not complaining about the date shift, but was there a reason in the shift from July to October? Was there any reason for that or
Yeah, because of that continuity issue. I think if you really want to keep doing it at the same time, which is a good goal, you need to start running pretty quickly. And then the way fiscal year and sponsor budgets and all of that stuff works, we didn't really have that that come together in the fall. You know, there are a lot of things that happened too. We had some leadership change
Yep.
within the group, so that handoff is kind of tough. And then I think it's just you're also, unfortunately, we were in the position doing it late in the year when, you know, the holidays are coming, things are shutting down, everyone's going different directions. But we wanted to give ourselves some more time and also find a window that wasn't really close to any other major word camps.
Yeah, and I think like mid-July, like last year it was the second week of July. That's right after the Canadian long weekend. I think it's a hard time for people to get away. If they're away, they're probably away with their families anyway, because traditionally the first couple weeks in July is a heavy take the kids and disappear time of the year, and
Hmm.
so I think timing is probably better in October, personally. And Ottawa's actually beautiful in October, so that's a good thing too. So
Yeah, the trees should be quite pretty by then, and yeah, we might have a maple leaf on the logo. Put
yeah,
some
that's funny.
color on there. That's what people are thinking. Yeah.
Find some beavers to dam up the Rideau, and that will just cause even more
Yeah.
problems. That's the way it is. Is there anything else we should know about WordCamp Canada or WordCamp A, as we call it?
Yeah, that's really the main thing. It's just our second year, and this is new to me. I enjoyed it a lot. I like the people who keep it going, and just the people who
Yeah.
come, and working for Multidots now and becoming a sponsored contributor and doing the meetup. It felt like a logical thing to grow into and help out with. So I hope to meet other people like who feel like that too, and want to do that in their city, and get some momentum and connection going in the sense of, this is our thing. We can uh, do the WordPress Canadian community however we want,
Yeah, it's so true. If
wherever we
some
want.
if somebody wants to find more about WordCamp Canada, what's the best way?
Yeah, canada.wordcamp.org and /2025. I'm still kind of fighting with Google to eclipse the 2024 site, but
Oh,
that's
joy.
up there. Yep, and our Francophone team is working on the duplicate French version, so that will be in there too.
Yeah, thanks, Dan. Oh, we hope the event goes well. Hope to see you there. Thanks so much.
Yeah, you too, Rob.
Thanks. This podcast has been brought to you by Stunning Digital Marketing, your digital marketing concierge to help the business owner put all his pieces together, whether it's email marketing, WordPress security, WordPress design and development, PPC, and more. Text Stunning Digital Marketing for all your digital marketing needs today. A very special thank you to Dan Knauss for joining me on this edition of the XDM Show. The XDM Show is dedicated to my late father, Bruce Cairns. Dad, I miss you very much every day. My mother, Ann Cairns, who's still doing really well and is an inspiration. And of course, Tiz Maroney. And Tiz, I know I've said it, but thank you so much for all the inspiration you give me every day.